guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm just going to be showing off some product empties. I've tried a lot of products in my life, and I shared a few of them with you, so I figured it would be a good time to go over everything that I use and how I finally feel about them, now that it's completely finished. Because we all know how it goes in the beginning. Everything's great, happy, sunshine, rainbows, and then halfway through it, the magic wears off. So, first product I have here is the As I Am Classic Coconut Co-Wash. See, now here's the thing. I did like it at first, but then I noticed that my hair did not feel moisturized afterwards after the first few times. It was also really difficult for me to use it to detangle. Probably because of the coconut, my hair isn't really that big of a fan, but it'll accept it in small doses, and I guess this just has too much, or I was using it too much. Regardless, I don't really use this anymore. I haven't bought it past this, but clearly I liked it enough in order to get the big bottle. Next, I have the Kind of Chomp Chamomile Deep Conditioner. It was alright. It was mostly water. Like, it was good to detangle with, but it didn't really do much for moisture, especially since one of the key selling points for this conditioner for me was to lighten hair. So I didn't really get it for the moisture anyway, but even that was minimal because chamomile just does it gradually. But it did smell good while it lasted. It was a nice light floral scent. So if you're one of those people who can't stand heavily scented products, this would be good for you. But keep in mind, it's very light on the moisture. Next, I have the Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Deep Treatment Mask. I do like it. For what it is, it's good. It's great. It's just that I feel like there's better products out there that are cheaper. And outside of the name and the fact that it's made with mostly shea butter, it's just any old product. Don't get me wrong, I love their product. This one's just kind of meh in my opinion, and it also doesn't smell that great. It mostly smells like shea butter, so it just smells like gasoline with some perfume sprinkled on top. Not really a fan, but the moisture, adequate. Next, I have Aussie Miracle Curls. For what it is, it's really good because it's only like $6, but we're in a recession, so prices might have gone up. It gave a lot of definition. My only problem with it is that it made my hair really dry, so I don't know if there's just too much alcohol in it or what have you, but it does get the job done. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. I just don't know if I could handle something like this now that my hair is treated, considering how drying it is. Next, I have Eco Style, the Cannabis Edition. It wasn't bad, it just didn't give me the definition that I was looking for, but it did make my hair very shiny. And then once again, it did what it was supposed to do. It held great, and it gave me a sleek shined look. Just not too much definition on my end. But the dank smell was very interesting. Kind of like that. Next, I have the Miao or Miao, whichever way you would like to pronounce it, Pomegranate and Honey Leave-In Conditioner. I really do like this. I just can't justify the price. It just doesn't feel like it needs to be that expensive. Because this is like, what, $13, $14, $15? And even though it lasts a long time, the price just seems really inflated. I don't know. I would buy it again, but also on the same token, I feel like there are cheaper products that can do the same. But it smells divine. Next, I have Ricitos de Oro. It's a kid's hair gel, so there really wasn't anything big to expect from this. But it did give me nice fluffy definition. Nothing too crazy. It's what you would expect. It's for children. It's very gentle. And it was just fun to use all Mexican products in a wash day. Better than that, nothing too special because I am adult. This is for child. Next, we have the Garnier Honey Treasures Mask. Really good. Love this stuff. Smells amazing and it's cheap. Plus, it gives you a lot of slip and moisture. Cannot recommend this enough. This is definitely one of the better, cheaper products that I've ever tried. Although it can't compete with 3 Minute Miracle by Aussie Mist, it's a good runner-up. Next, we have another Shea Moisture product. This is the Black Jamaican Castor Oil Leave-In Conditioner, so it's supposed to have protein in it, which was the whole point of me picking it up. But it does smell like Play-Doh. It does not smell that great. So far, I've only tried this and a deep conditioner on the line. Deep conditioner, great, love it. This, on the other hand, it was good as a leave-in. It gave a lot of slip, but I don't think there was enough protein in it to justify slapping the label on it because it doesn't even stick to your hair, does it? My hair never felt any stronger after using this, but it does feel stronger after the mask. So it's not a product issue, it's an application issue. At least for me. My hair just doesn't really feel like it can help protect it. Next, I have Myo Oliva. Yes, they're still a little bit stuck at the bottom, but I'm not fighting the bottle for it. Trust me, I've tried. Definitely one of the better Hispanic products that I've used. This is actually really good. I would definitely buy it again. It's just a lot easier to find things locally than this because I would have to go to Amazon or I guess a specialty store since that's not really that common where I live. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to live without, but it does smell really good, amazing slip, and it just felt really good on my hair. Next is the Manzanilla Greasy Chamomile Conditioner. Very light, watery, no moisture, but it did a pretty decent job at detangling my hair. So once again, water probably could have did the same thing. With the set, it did lighten my hair. However, if we're just judging this standalone as a conditioner, I would say I didn't use it long enough in order to see like the full effects since I only used it for a month, but the condition factor is very mediocre. Next, I have the Miao Babusu and Mint. I don't know how you say that. You tell me. The deep conditioner I like way more than the leave-in. Yeah, the leave-in is great, but can't really justify that much. Honey. But this, although it didn't smell that pleasant, my hair actually felt really good after using this. Plus, it didn't take a lot in order to saturate my hair, and there was a lot of slip as well. So I'm not upset spending my money on a mask from them. Next, I have Aussie Miracle Curls leave-in conditioner. Trash. It felt like it was drying out my hair more than moisturizing it, which doesn't make sense because it's a leave-in. You think that it would add to it, not take away, especially since the gel is going on top of it. But it just felt really counterproductive, although it smelled amazing. And Aussie is usually a winner with their products. This just isn't one of them. At least not for me. Once again, it might have something to do with the coconut. Next, I have the Garnier Honey Treasures conditioner. Really good conditioner. Sometimes I would use this as a co-wash and work great. There's a lot of slip. Feels absolutely amazing, and combined with the deep conditioner, it's just all around a good time. You can never really go wrong with a Garnier product. Garnier is one of my favorite brands. Next, I have the Mayo Oliva leave-in conditioner. As you can see, I used it all the way up, except for like this little speck right there. Once again, I really do love that line. This felt amazing in my hair. Honestly, I think it can rival the Mielle leave-in conditioner, and this is cheaper. This is like $7-8 a pop, probably more now versus $13-14. And it also lasts a long time, especially for such a small bottle. You would think for the size you're being ripped off, but no, it actually really works. I think I was able to use this for like 2-3 months, which is a pretty long time with this size. A little really did go a long way. Next, I have the Garnier Avocado 1 Minute Mask. Once again, you can never really go wrong with Garnier. The only thing is, since it is a cream conditioner, it doesn't give a lot of slip, but your hair feels really good afterwards. It does add a good amount of moisture to your hair. This just isn't one of those deep conditioners that you can detangle with. Some of them just aren't built like that. Next, I have the Tio Nacho Aloe Vera Deep Conditioner. Actually really did like this. This is great, especially for the price. It was only like $8 if you get it from Walmart, and it's like $12 if you get it off Amazon. The texture did throw me off a little bit, not gonna lie. It's kind of like scooping out snot, but a little definitely goes a long way. It smells absolutely amazing, and my hair does feel stronger after using it. Well, it did, because I haven't rebought it, mainly because I'm cheap. Nothing wrong with the product, it's just me, but I would definitely recommend this. Next, I have the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey Conditioner. It, as a conditioner, was alright. I just have a beef with Shea. That's what it all comes down to. It's not the product, it's just the fact that there's just so much shea butter in this. All their products, really. And although the moisture was really good for their deep conditioner, the conditioner, it just didn't really feel like it did anything. Like, yeah, my hair was softer, but it didn't really do much when it came to detangling. It didn't give me a lot of slip. I also feel like that's just the nature of having a mostly shea butter based product, but it smells absolutely amazing. Heavenly. Although you can still smell undertones of shea. Next, I have Colorista One Day Spray. I don't even know why this is in here, but you know what? It is a hair product, and I did use it. Yes, it's really good for saturated color. More of a curly hair issue rather than a product issue. It's kind of clunky when it comes to applying. It's really hard to make it look even if you're doing it yourself. And maybe that is an issue if you have a looser hair texture, but I think the Curls and Coil just steps up the difficulty a notch. But for what it's worth, and you try to do your whole head with it, it's a good product. No one can tell that it's sprayed on, except for you, because everything you touch is going to be covered in that. And then also, if you have thicker, denser hair, you're going to need more than one of these to cover your entire head, even if you don't have the longest hair. Next, I have the Mayo Oliva Deep Conditioner. As you can see, I pretty much cleaned out the entire line except for the shampoo that I do still have. But once again, amazing, like everything else in that line. Hair felt like silk, silky smooth, able to detangle with little to no effort, and it smelled amazing. 10 out of 10 IGN. And it had protein, so it's just winning on all fronts. Next, I have Baba de Caracal Deep Conditioner. I wasn't really a fan of the smell, but it did leave my hair feeling soft and more manageable. I don't know about stronger or more moisturized, but it did feel better. That much I can say. And it was easy to detangle with, so that's a plus as well. Next, I have my Lord and Savior Apogee Game Changer Lifesaver. If you have bleached or color treated hair, you need this in your life, especially when you make as many mistakes as I do. You see this? Wait, who does this? Who walks outside like that? So if you're having a hair crisis, you definitely need this in your life. Or if you need heavy protein, this is it. I do try to use this at least once a month, sometimes every other month if I'm in a good place, depending on what I did with my hair, since I do the most. And so far so good. The only thing I don't like is how expensive it is. So at some point I'm going to see if I can get something cheaper that does just about the same. There's a product I've been eyeing on Amazon that might be it, but I'm going to have to put that through a test trial. Next, I have the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey Leave-In Conditioner. As you can see, I've done my best. So this is the thing. Let's forget about the fact that it's Shea Moisture right now, but this is a heavy product. And the thing I don't get about hair companies, especially the ones that target the kinkier, curlier hair demographic, why would you use bottles like this when your product is so thick? I can't even get it through the hole. That's why it looks like this, because I was fighting with it and I had to summon up all my strength just to get something out of the bottle. This Useless. Useless. They need better bottles. Everything needs to come in a jar if your products are just gonna be this thick. Why are you just torturing everybody? Is it just madness? I'll never understand it because Shea Moisture does it, The Main Choice does it, maybe not with all their products, but the one that I did try, same issue, and a few other heavier hair care products that I've tried. I get the aesthetic, but it's not functional. How are we supposed to use it if we can't get it out of the bottle? That's just doing us and yourself a disservice. Next, we have Garnier de Goat, as usual. So this is from the Curl Nourish line. I used it as mostly a co-wash or to detangle because it did have a lot of slip, and despite it being coconut based, it didn't really bother my hair like that. So maybe they're lying about its placement in the ingredients list. But definitely one of my favorite white conditioners. Why does it matter that it's white? Because I'll tell you what. When you're cheap and you don't want to pay for hair dye and you make your own, you need a white base. That's the only way to extract the pigment from all the nonsense that I do. And this is just one of the better choice of conditioners to use for that. Next, I have Punky Color Mood Switch. This is actually really fun to try and review. It really does change color. That's crazy. And I thought I was just losing my mind. But it did what it was supposed to. My only problem is that since I just didn't wash it out the next day, I think I let it sit in my hair for like 3 or 4 days. The color stayed in my hair. That wasn't the problem. The problem was all the excessive flaking. So like every time like I moved my hair, especially after the first day, because first day was fine, I would just have a bunch of blue flakes all over my shirts. Disgusting. But it did what it was supposed to do, and it was really fun to try. So I don't know how it would work if you have darker colored hair, but if you just want something temporary to switch up your look, I do recommend it. And then last but not least, I have the Charcoal Detox from Cream of Nature. It's the clay mask. So basically, if you ever did a clay mask on your hair, it does the same thing, except you don't have to mix it up. It's already pre-made for you. So you can just put it on your hair, leave it on, and then shower and do whatever you gotta do. Kind of takes the fun out of it. It does work just as well, but it just feels like you need a lot more product in order to get the same result. Plus, mixing it up yourself is a lot cheaper anyway, because the clay and the vinegar together in these days would probably run you about $20, but that would last you for at least a year or two. Whereas this kind of lasts like 2 or 3 washes tops. Chances are you're not really going to be using it that often, but just knowing that you're getting a quarter amount of use out of it as you would have if you just did it yourself, that's a little bit disheartening, at least in my opinion. But once again, I'm cheap and I like playing and stuff, so if you don't want to get down and dirty, this is a great alternative. Just know that if you have a lot of hair or if your hair is thick, you're going to go through it a lot faster. So those are all the products that I've used up within like the last 3 to 6 months, give or take. So if you were ever curious about how I felt about the products after using them the first time, there you go. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh my god, what are you doing?